The Lost Constellations. The night sky had always been Ilara's closest companion. Growing up in the small village of Silfmere, nestled between mountains that seemed to scrape the heavens, the stars were her guides. Her parents often found her atop the roof, her telescope pointed skyward, tracing the constellations like an old, familiar map. But one night, something changed. Ilara sat on her rooftop, her telescope trained on the constellation the Serpent, a collection of stars said to protect travelers. She blinked. The stars that formed its tail, the ones she had memorized as a child, were gone. At first she thought she had miscalculated, or that a cloud had veiled them. But the sky was clear, and the stars were missing. Over the next week, more constellations disappeared. First the Hunter, then the Silver Crown, until half the night sky was barren and cold. Panic spread throughout the village. People whispered that the gods were angry, that they had forsaken the world. Ilara, though, felt something stir inside her. A quiet hum in her chest. The disappearance of the stars felt personal. She couldn't explain it, but each missing light seemed to pull at a thread buried deep in her soul. One evening, as the village elders debated what to do, a visitor arrived, a stranger dressed in robes the color of midnight. His face was pale, like moonlight on still water, and his eyes gleamed with a knowledge far older than anything Ilara had ever known. "You are the child of the stars," the man said, pointing at Ilara. "And you are the only one who can find them." Her parents protested. She was just an astronomer, barely past her 20th year. What did she know of saving stars or quests across realms? But the hum in her chest had become a song. It was undeniable. She had to go. Before dawn, the stranger handed her an ancient map etched with shimmering silver ink. "This will take you to the boundaries between realms," he said. "Follow the paths of the constellations that remain, for they will lead you to the truth of your lineage." And so, Ilara began her journey. The map guided her through strange lands, places where the night sky was different, foreign. She traveled through dense, mist-laden forests, where trees whispered old secrets, across rivers that reflected stars even in the daytime, and through forgotten cities where time itself seemed to bend. It was in the desert of shifting sands that she found the first clue. Amidst the dunes stood an ancient temple, its entrance guarded by statues of creatures with wings like eagles and bodies like lions. Inside, carvings covered the walls, depictions of the stars as living beings, gods in their own right. One carving stood out, a figure with hair like stardust, holding a serpent in one hand and a crown in the other. It was her. Ilara stumbled back, heart pounding. How could she be in these ancient carvings? She'd never been here before. Had she? Then she remembered something, a story her mother used to tell her before bed. "You are more than just a stargazer, my little Ilara. The stars watch over you because you belong to them." The hum in her chest became a roar. The stars weren't just disappearing. They were being stolen by someone who knew of her forgotten lineage. She pressed on, the clues from the temple leading her deeper into the other realms, to places where reality seemed to fray at the edges. Finally, she reached the boundary between the realms, the astral gate. There, floating in the void between worlds, she found the thief. It wasn't a person, but a creature. Something dark, wreathed in shadow, with eyes like black holes that devoured light. It held the stolen stars in its tendrils, absorbing their power. The creature's presence was suffocating, a void that threatened to consume her. But Ilara was not afraid. With every step closer, the stars that still remained in the sky seemed to brighten. The hum in her chest became a melody, and she realized what she had to do. She raised her hands toward the sky, feeling the ancient magic of her lineage flow through her. The stars were not just distant lights. They were alive, and they were hers to protect. With a voice she barely recognized as her own, she sang a song that had been buried in her blood for generations, a song of light, of creation. The creature recoiled, the stolen stars slipping from its grasp. One by one they floated back to the heavens, returning to their rightful places. The void creature hissed, but it could not fight the pull of the melody. With a final shriek, it dissipated into nothingness. Exhausted, Elara collapsed to the ground, the hum in her chest now a gentle warmth. The sky above her sparkled once again, the constellations restored. When she returned to her village, the stranger in midnight robes was waiting. He bowed to her, a soft smile on his face. "You have restored the balance, child of the stars," he said. "But remember, the stars will always need a guardian. You are their legacy." Elara looked up at the night sky, her heart swelling with a new understanding. The stars were not just distant lights to be observed. They were family, and she would protect them, always. Like and subscribe for more short stories.